G'day kids, make sure you hit the subscribe button, that way you won't miss out on any of the new videos that come out. Until then, enjoy this one.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day.
G'day kids, Ozzie here. Today we're going to learn all about an amazing country called Japan. Konnichiwa, watashi no namae wa Ozzie desu, which means, hello, my name is Ozzie. Because in Japan, they speak the language of Japanese. Japan, just like Australia, is an island country. It is located off the eastern coast of Asia and is actually made up of 4 main islands and over 6,800 smaller islands. That's pretty cool, hey? Although there are so many islands, the size of Japan is actually quite small. In fact, you could fit the whole country of Japan into Australia 20 times. But the population of Japan is about 125 million people, which is approximately 5 times more than Australia. Tokyo is the capital city of Japan and is actually the most populated metropolitan area in the world with about 37 million people. That's more than the whole of Australia. And here is an interesting fact. Japan has one of the highest life expectancy in the whole world, where people live to approximately 85 years old. But there are more than 70,000 people who are over 100 years old. Amazing! Some of the most well-known national symbols of Japan are the green pheasant, the cherry blossom, the Japanese koi fish, and the red sun disk, which can be seen on the Japanese flag. The flag symbolises the sun, which rises over the sea, and the colour white represents purity and honesty. That's why Japan is known as the land of the rising sun. The cherry blossom is the national flower of Japan, and in April, these beautiful trees flower for just 2 weeks. This period is known as Hanami and is an amazing sight to see. Japan lies on what is known as the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is a big chain of volcanoes. In Japan, there are more than 108 active volcanoes, and Japan records the most earthquakes in the world every year. The highest mountain in Japan is Mount Fuji, which is known as a dormant or sleeping volcano. The last time it erupted was a long time ago in 1707. Mount Fuji is 3,776 meters or 12,388 feet high, and it is a wonderful sight to see. It can actually be seen on a clear day all the way from Tokyo. The national currency of Japan is called the yen. The main products or things that Japan produces are motor vehicles, electronics, robotics, and computer games. Some of the biggest companies in Japan are also some of the biggest and well-known throughout the whole world, such as Toyota, Mitsubishi, Honda, and Sony. Have you heard of some of these companies? Okay, now let's learn about Japanese food, which is actually one of my favorite types of food. Some of the most popular dishes that maybe you've heard of are sushi, which is normally seafood, meat or vegetable combined with special sushi rice and seaweed, and it is yummy. Ramen, which is made of thin egg noodles, usually served in a delicious soupy broth. Tempura, which is a light and crispy deep fried food such as fried vegetables, fish, seafood or meat. And teriyaki, which is a dark sticky sauce containing honey, ginger, garlic and soy sauce. This sauce is usually served with meat or fish dishes. All of their food is oishi, or delicious. And here is a really fun food fact. Square watermelons are grown by Japanese farmers, so they are easier to stack and store. Pretty clever, I reckon. There are lots of different types of animals in Japan that we don't see here in Australia, such as snow monkeys, deer, flying squirrels, wild cats, and even bears. There is also a special Japanese art form known as the art of growing bonsai trees. These are a mini version of a normal tree, and it is a hobby that is now very popular all over the world. Geishas are another famous part of Japanese culture. They're a type of female Japanese performance artists and entertainers trained in traditional Japanese dance, music and singing. Their distinct appearance is characterized by long kimonos, traditional hairstyles and white makeup. If you are lucky enough to visit Japan, here is a few must-do things to have on your list to check out. Tokyo Disneyland was actually the first Disney theme park outside America. These days, it's one of the most popular parks in the whole world with more than 20,000 people that work there. And don't forget to go on a ride on the super fast Shinkansen train, the high-speed Japanese bullet train. The maximum speed of the train is 320 kilometers per hour or 200 miles per hour. Wow! But that's not even the fastest. The Japanese have created a magnetic powered train called a maglev, which has been clocked at over 500 kilometers per hour. Wowee! The Shibuya crossing is rumored to be the busiest intersection in the world. About 2,500 people cross the road on average every time the light turns green. Now here is a few more fun facts about Japan. In Tokyo, you never have to walk more than 12 meters on average to find a vending machine. In fact, there is one vending machine for every 23 people living in the city. They have vending machines for just about everything, including umbrellas, electrical goods, vegetables, hot burgers and pizza, live beetles and crabs, flowers, board games, eggs, and of course underpants. Sometimes the trains in Japan are so crowded, railway staff are employed to push the passengers inside. If you're a fan of Mario Kart, then Tokyo is definitely the city to go for a real-life Mario Kart experience. That's right, you can drive through the busy city streets dressed up as your favorite character while driving a go-kart. That would be lots of fun. Animated Japanese films and television shows, also known as anime, account for 60% of the world's animation-based entertainment. You might have seen some famous shows such as Pokemon, Sailor Moon, Beyblades, and Astro Boy. Japanese are also crazy about their sport. Some of the most popular sports are sumo wrestling, soccer, martial arts, and their national sport, baseball. They've actually hosted the Winter Olympics twice and will host the Summer Games for the second time in 2021. And you can learn more about the Olympics in other Aussie videos. So there you go kids, Japan is such an amazing country and I hope that you've enjoyed learning a thing or two today. Hopefully one day you'll get to visit Japan. We'll catch you on our next brand new episode this Sunday kids. Until then, arigato, sayonara, stay keen. Hey kids, did you have lots of fun today watching Aussie? I hope so. Did you know that we've got a heap of Aussie episodes on our YouTube channel? If you haven't already, go back and have a scroll through. I reckon you'll find some others that you absolutely love. And while you're there, why don't you hit subscribe? That way you won't miss out on any of our new videos that we bring out. We'll see you again soon, kids. Until then, stay keen. Oh, and by the way, did you happen to find the hidden Aussie icon in that video? Yeah, make sure you look closely because they're in every single video. That's right. Stay keen, kids.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.